Hey guys, SpinoDude here, and today we're looking at this. This is the absolutely beautiful CollectA Diplodocus. Now, if you've been staying tuned to the channel lately, you'll remember that we had a Christmas unboxing video in which we got this gorgeous figure for review on the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start taking a closer look at it. Before we start taking a closer look at the figure, I'd like to give you some facts about Diplodocus itself. Diplodocus was a giant sauropod that lived in the late Jurassic period about 125 million years ago in North America. It grew to the incredible length of over 70 feet long, and it could weigh as much as 20 elephants, which is quite a lot. Now, I've taken a traditional Latin language course, and the word diplo in Latin means double, and the word lodicus means beam, which refers to the animal's incredible size. So without further ado, let's start taking a closer look at this fantastic figure. Starting off at the head sculpt, this is what I really like about this fantastic figure, is I love the ruby red color going down part of the neck, then the throat area, and all over the skull with some white stripes going down. It's really nice, and you can see compared to the body, the head is downright minuscule on this thing, and they've really crammed a ton of detail into it. The eye is really nicely done along with the eye socket area, and you can see the teeth there. The inside of the mouth has been painted, which is nice even though it's such a small space to cover. You can see black stripe. The head is in like a darker brown main color, and then it starts going into some striping with a lovely olive green, and the underbelly is in a yellowish white just on the neck. You can see the spines on the back, which Diplodocus is known for. Those go all the way down the back and get bigger as it hits the main body. Now, the wrinkles are really nice in the skin around here, and you can see the nice scaling going on this side. And the scales get bigger around the shoulder area and go down until the beginning of the tail. You see really nice toned musculature and skin stretching throughout the arms here. You can see the large prominent thumb claw that most sauropods had actually on the front limbs. And down the back limb you can see nice toned musculature and wrinkles in the leg, as well as 3 larger claws and 2 smaller ones in the back. What I really like about this model is the tail, and you can see that the tail swoops up like this. You can see the spines and the stripes going up, and then it ends in this really beautiful curl, and it gets really thin. Now, Diplodocus in real life would have used this whip-like tail to slash at its opponents, such as the formidable Allosaurus, to get it away from its young it was guarding or whatever. So we're going to flip this around to the other side. You can see that beautiful tail going all the way down. Really nice toned musculature, and I love the baggy skin underneath. That looks really nice. Lovely striping. I love the color scheme on this guy. You can see the other leg here. And on the belly, if we flip it over this way, you can see it just says CollectA and Diplodocus underneath. And back over to this side, you can see the stripes are different on each side, so it's not just consistent, which is what it would have been like in real life probably if we look at scaled animals today, because they wouldn't just have like, perfect, absolutely perfect striping depending on the individual animal. That's probably how these animals could tell each other apart sometimes, is by the certain stripings and color schemes. So here's the other front limb here. You can see the large thumb claw on there again. Really muscular chest area. Look at the bulging muscles here. And then you go all the way back up the neck, up to that gorgeous head sculpt that we saw earlier. Now, if you want, also, there is an alternate way to pose this creature if you would like. I noticed that after I bought this model, you can lean it forward and it will stand up. It looks almost like it's in a walking position, which is really nice. And I love the way the tail is curved up in that position and the neck is sort of stretching up. I think that's really nice. You can see it over on this side. Whoops, and he's dead. You have to be careful with imposing him, I guess. But this side, it looks a little bit more awkward, but from this angle, it looks like he's in a walking position. I think that's really nice touch, but the model is intended to be standing like that. Alright, so just how big is this guy? Now for the measuring purposes, I've leaned him forward because it's going to be awkward to sort of measure him up and down. So in terms of the length, we're looking at about 10 inches long, and in terms of the height at the highest point, which is the whip-like tail, we're looking at about 7.5 inches. Now for the size comparison time, I'd like to bring in the CollectA Diplodocus, which we have reviewed on this channel. Link of that is down below if you want to take a look at that. You can see these two scale up quite nicely, although Diplodocus is from their smaller creatures line, so it would be more appropriate to be displayed with the smaller creatures. And also for size comparison, I'd like to bring in the CollectA Hydrotherosaurus, which we have reviewed on the channel. Link to that is down below. You can see this plesiosaur is quite small because it's also from the small line that the Diplodocus is from, so it doesn't scale up quite nicely enough to the Diplodocus, but it is still a nice piece to have on display with it. There we go, guys. That was today's look at the beautiful CollectA Diplodocus. Now, I think this is one of CollectA's best pieces that I have seen out on the market. It isn't that expensive, and it's an absolutely fantastic addition to your collection. The only thing that I would note to be careful with is that the tail is really flimsy, so it could snap off easily, and the head is made out of a looser material as well, so it could break quite easily. But if you're a collector who's going to have this sitting on a shelf, it's going to just make a fantastic piece to look at. But I would say probably not the best for playing with children. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye-bye.